carry the 5, 6. Oh, hello. Ooh. Welcome into the PHNX Daily Bet Show, brought to you by the one and only DraftKings Sportsbook app, America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and leave us a 5-star review. Sorry for what I was doing some math.
Oh, yeah?
The Suns are going to score a lot of points this year. Oh, my goodness gracious. If you didn't know, the Suns are back. If you didn't watch the game last night, go watch some highlights. The big three combined for like a plus 68, and that's without Kevin Durant. I'm really excited for it. I can't wait. Johnny, what did you see last night?
That surely won't jinx them moving forward until KD's back. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, it looks like the Suns team that won 60-plus games last year during the regular season. And I keep thinking about DeAndre Ayton, only 24 years old, what somebody like Kevin Durant is going to do for, his longevity as a Sun and his game in the postseason. I think the biggest question is, even with KD, can you, secure enough quality depth that Chris Paul doesn't have the wheels blown out by June, right? And so I'm optimistic. If Chris Paul can give you some semblance of this, didn't he have like 19 assists? In my opinion, it's like, okay, can you put him on a pitch count, for the rest of the season until the postseason, even into the postseason? Like, save him for the Western Conference semis, the finals, the NBA finals, if you get there. And yeah, there's no one that in the NBA that can compete with them. I heard somebody on the Volume Sports with Colin Cowherd recently say it's the best starting four in the NBA easily, better than Boston, better than Milwaukee. But Chris Paul really, though, is that elixir of like, can you just get 80% of the greatness of Chris Paul from a couple of years ago? And if you can, then they should be the NBA title favorites.
Yeah. Last night, we'll go over some stats. I said this yesterday, though. Chris Paul's assist numbers are going to skyrocket. He's not going to need to do as much offensively as he has been. He doesn't need any more 20-point games. And hopefully that will help him out. And yeah, the pitch count, I agree. We were talking about that last night. Chris Paul, obviously 17 points, 19 assists. Book had 32 points on some really efficient shooting. Didn't even attempt a three. And then DA had 29 and 11, which it seems like he can do every single night. We just felt the energy with Kevin Durant in the building, and I think that Kevin Durant being there is really going to help DA, because who are you going to double? Who are you going to guard? Where are you going to go to? When those five are on the court, I don't give a damn if Johnny's out the four. Whoever's playing that four spot, a Kogi or Torrey Craig, you're going to have to pick your poison. And as Saul said last night, the poison's coming regardless, because you gotta pick it. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to bet on this team.
One game out of the third seed in the Western Conference playoffs. We'll look at the end of the regular season. They'll be top three, maybe top two, and that's all that matters. Dallas, the Mavericks, since their trade, not looking so hot, Shano.
0-2 with Luka and Kyrie both playing. Not great. Look, I think they're going to be fine, but fine.
Because this Jalen Brunson scoring 40 points at Madison Square Garden, not a great look for the Mavericks.
I had done said when that trade, or when they decided not to bring him back, I was like, dude, this man is legit, and he's on a team that the Knicks aren't great, but he's controlling that team, and even with a guy like Julius Randle on it, his scoring can add so much. I'm trying to look. So they play the Mavs on March 5th. I hope Kevin Durant's back by then, because that would be fun. I think he will be. He should be.
Selfishly, part of me wants him not to come back till after the All-Star break for our takeover of the Suns arena, but that's fine. Come back as soon as you're ready. If the Suns keep kicking ass and taking names though before he gets back, I mean, they'll slow play this as long as they need to. But man, he looks great in shoot-arounds. It was great to see him last night mixing it up for the first time. Not technically in uniform, but with his teammates in a game. It's still surreal. I don't think it's going to feel real until we're about 6 weeks into this and he's been playing with them and they're gelling and everything else. But man, you talk about just the most seamless plug and play guy in the NBA, where I think he's just going to elevate what they already do. And you don't have to make adjustments for Kevin Durant.
Yeah. There's no ISO ball with this team. So the sharing the ball is not going to be a problem. And yeah, as you said, he's a plug and play guy, the perfect fit. I'm excited. I'm fired up. And you guys should be as well. Chat, let me know what you think. I had a moment last night when I saw Kevin Durant on the bench when I was watching the game here, where it kind of clicked a little bit. It's not there, but let me ask you this, chat. Did it feel real last night for the first time? Because it hasn't felt real for me at all yet. And granted, we were really busy last week, but it felt real last night. Johnny, you said you're still not there.
It doesn't feel real yet. Not until he's got the jersey on and he's putting up 30 points a game is it going to feel real. To me, it's just we're seeing now just glimpses of the best version of the Suns from last year, even without Mikal Bridges and Cam Thomas. To me, I'm just it's not going to feel real until it's done in the postseason, because it's a postseason move, right? These regular season games are great, but we talked about it in nauseam. Like, did the Suns purposely sit Chris Paul earlier this year? Right, Devin Booker, mileage load. I know he had the injury. Like, the Suns put all their chips into the regular season last year to get the 1 seed, and it didn't do them any good. So now it's just, let's get this finely tuned machine. Let's see some more buyouts. There's rumors about somebody like Patrick Beverley that could join the squad. I mean, this team is going to look as good as it looks now, dramatically different come late April.
Yeah, they made Terrence Ross official this morning. Terrence Ross is officially coming to the Valley. I love it. The man can jump out of the gym, give you some quick points off the bench. Fired up for that. As you said, yeah, I hope they get a 3 seed, because these games are all well and good and they're fun for us bettors.
They'll get it.
I hope they get the 3 seed and not the 2, so they can sweep the Nuggets in the conference semifinals, much like how I almost swept last night's card. We'll go ahead and take a look at my picks and props from yesterday. Wizards money line, cha-ching. Clippers, Warriors over, that hit so easily, and Clippers -8 hit as well. And then we look at my props. I was 2 points away of Paul George to hitting this. Paul George finished with 20. For some reason, Norman Powell scored 24 points. Chris Paul hit his his second 3 late in the game, but he still hit it. That hits. And then De'Aaron Fox over 26.5 points. That hit in the third quarter. He's becoming one of my favorite bettors or players to bet on. So a nice 5 for 6 day from me. I think Sean did pretty well as well. Kings money line obviously didn't hit, but the under did. The Bucks went to overtime, so they didn't cover, but his props did a little bit better, I believe. Markel Fultz over 25.5 PRA. That hit. Very weird bet, but it hit. And then DeAndre Ayton did get a double-double. Julius Randle didn't play yesterday. He plays tonight. I got something for you on that, but he's taking his PRA tonight. And if you want to follow along with those bets or that bet or any of the bets we're about to make, do it on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, because new customers can bet just $5 on anything and get $200 in free bets when you sign up using that promo code PHNX. If you haven't downloaded the DraftKings Sportsbook app yet, do it. The UI is the best out of any other betting app. The lines are updated super fast. They have so many different things to bet on, and with the Suns looking like they are, you can make some scratch while watching the games like I did last night, and like you can do any other night. And even if it's on the NBA, if it's on the NHL, if it's on college basketball, there's some good games today. Alabama and Tennessee play. You can get those odds as well on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. But just a reminder, minimum age and eligibility restrictions do apply, and see those show notes for more details. $5, turn it into $200 on the DraftKings Sportsbook app. All you got to do is use that promo code PHNX. Johnny, what do we like for tonight? Let's look at your picks.
It's money line Wednesday for your boy. I'm taking the Heat's money line, the Mavericks money line, and the Pels money line. Specifically for the Mavericks is what we just talked about. Like, get your shit together. You're playing the Nuggets tonight. You're going to go 1-3 with Kyrie, right? When Kyrie's scoring 30-plus points and you're not winning, that to me is not a recipe for success long-term. Little too dependent on 2 players for the Dallas Mavericks right now. You got to start to wonder, if it doesn't work, should they have just compounded what was going well last postseason and just built on top of that foundation with Jalen Brunson and company, instead of trying to reformat something that was already working? They overachieved last year, and then they sold off a bunch of parts that were part of that. So again, Dallas under a huge microscope tonight, as is the Lakers. Lakers playing the Pelicans tonight. Already 6 games under 500. They have redone their roster yet again at the trade deadline. Can they inch their way back to relevancy? Everybody's talking about the Lakers. They lose this game, Shane, at home. They're a 4-point favorite. They're going to be 7 games under 500, right? Maybe it wasn't all Russell Westbrook. There's some friction now with Anthony Davis. Like, to me, it's just, I'm rooting for the Lakers to continue to fail, because I'm done talking about them. It's tiresome. I've got a money prop here as it relates to the Pelicans. And then the Heat tonight, picking at the corpse of the Brooklyn Nets, right? It's bizarre, because the Nets were like over 10 games over 500, and then they sold off all their players. Ben Simmons, my boy, not going to make that All-Star team. He's not an NBA player right now. Like that's I'm not saying that. Like, Brooklyn beat reporters are saying he is a G League level player right now for the Brooklyn Nets. So I don't know how the fuck they're favored -1.5 tonight. Miami's going to go there and slaughter the Brooklyn Nets tonight. That team, they're waving the white flag.
Yeah, I mean, the Heat have been sliding a little bit, but I agree with that.
They'll win this game.
It's such a weird situation, man. Luckily they get some fun energy with the twins there and Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, but yeah, wish them the best. Don't think the Nets are going to do much this year. Hopefully that toxic culture that was in the building, maybe Kyrie lit some sage on his way out, like he did in Boston that one time. Let's take a look at my picks for the NBA slate tonight. Love the Knicks and their money line. I think they're going to do some very good things tonight. The Knicks are a team that has a rivalry, but only usually when they're in New York. I feel like it doesn't get chippy when they're on the road against the Hawks, but maybe it does tonight. Give me the Knicks money line at plus money at plus 135. I love that so much. Got a prop for you in that game as well, and I bet you know where I'm going with that. Dallas at Denver. Give me the over in this game. These teams like to score a ton of points. Healthy. Should be a fun game. Over 234. When the over's that high, it usually hits. So give me that. And then the Jazz plus 10. This line surprised me. I know the Grizzlies have been playing some good basketball, and I know the Jazz are on the road, but the Jazz are feisty, man. They're completely healthy. Steven Adams will be out tonight for the Grizzlies. And when I can get a double-digit spread on a team that is feisty like the Jazz are, and Lauri Markkanen in that squad, and Jordan Clarkson sometimes turning into prime Michael Jordan in the fourth quarter, I'm going to take it all day. So give me the Jazz plus 10. The Suns championship odds right now, Bees. I saw your comment. Yeah, I saw. Did you see that guy that locked in plus 1,600 an hour before the Kevin Durant trade happened, Johnny?
No.
Yeah, somebody, because it was plus 1,600 right before, and then I believe they were the second favorite to win everything.
That's like your boy coming on cards yesterday. He got Jonathan Gannon at what, plus 2,200 through $100 on that back on like February 2nd. Dalton
Cates. Yeah, my so the odds are the Celtics are the favorite at plus 310, and then the second favorite are your Phoenix Suns at plus 425. The Bucks coming in at third at plus 600, and the Nuggies at plus 800. There's only one.
So the next closest in the Western Conference is the Nuggets at plus 800.
Yep.
What are the Warriors? Plus 1,000?
1,600. As are the Mavericks. The
I'm not going to say this.
Or plus.
I'm not going to say that the Suns are going to cakewalk through the West, but I think he's going to be a hired mercenary in the Western Conference Finals, and I think we're going to get a lot of 5-game series. That's my feeling right now. The finals will be a different story. I'm going to be that guy because I'm going to be consistent with my messaging, Shane. What did I say all last summer when we did this show and into the fall? Like, if the Suns double down on what they already are, they will fail. And I did not like their offseason. You can't go all in with KD and that not pull the trigger, right? I did not like the makeup of the team. And then the team was not good November and December. And I was selling off my stock of them winning a championship. And they've renewed my hope. So, of course, I'm gonna stay consistent with my messaging and say I believe the Suns are going to cakewalk through the West in the playoffs.
Yeah, obviously that translates to the Suns being the favorite to win the Western Conference at plus 230. Nuggets second favorite at plus 390. The Suns, fun fact, are 9-0 in the Pacific Division this year, and you can get them at minus 180 to win the division. They're still trailing the Kings.
That's not a real division. Divisions aren't real in the NBA.
No, they're not real at all.
No.
Johnny, let's take a look at your props. What do you like in terms of player props tonight?
2 bangers. Kyrie. Yeah, Kyrie. Over 26.5 points. I think he's getting his. They're making him a focal point of the offense along with Luka. Is it going to result in a win? I don't know. I'm picking them. And I also like Brandon Ingram tonight against the Lakers, his ex-team going back into LA, plus money on his over in terms of rebounds. The Lakers have been atrocious recently underneath the basket. So, an ex-Laker going in. I would love to see Brandon Ingram with like a 35-15 kind of line and really just kind of putting the Lakers season to bed at 7 games under 500. That's what I'm rooting for. My bets today are teams that I'm openly rooting for them to do well, and failure for the Lakers and everybody else. The Nets. The Nets I used to go all in on, Shano, and now I just can't because there's no one left there.
Yeah. You got your boy Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons, like, legitimately, is he going to be out of basketball in like 18 months?
I hope not, because he's really fun to watch. Like in a sad way.
Oh, in a sad way. Gotcha.
Let's take a look at my props for the day. Tyrese Halla donation. Going to donate some more money to the Tyrese Halla donation fund. Over 9.5 assists at plus money. When it's got plus money, I can't avoid it. He had 12 last game. Look, this man is second, I think, in assists total in the NBA. he can get it every night. It's just a matter of if the team can score or not. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a blowout. I like the Pacers tonight as well. So 9.5 assists. He should be able to get there. I've just had so many bad experiences betting on Tyrese Halliburton. I think he's a phenomenal player and he's disgusting, but sometimes it's a lot like the guy on the bottom of the screen, Julius Randle. He just kind of has these games. So they're at home against the Bulls. They're 3-point favorites. Shouldn't be too much of a slaughter, but who knows? The Bulls suck ass right now. So I'm taking his over on assists at 9.5. Julius Randle, you are back. You have been chosen. De'Aaron Fox is kind of my Julius Randle this year, as I was talking about yesterday. But I'm still rocking with Julius Randle. I'm taking his points, though. I'm not taking his PRA. He had a couple days off to relax. Hopefully today's a running game and it's not a walking game. If you're new to the show, sometimes he just walks up the court, but sometimes he runs. So hopefully it's a running game. I'm taking his over on points at 26.5. As I said earlier in the show, they're playing the Hawks as 3.5-point dogs. I think they went outright in Atlanta. Not a lot of defense is going to be played in this game, and Julius Randle loves those type of games. So give me Julius Randle's over on points.
What are the Bulls doing, by the way? We were talking to our peeps
They're
from
free
CHGO at Radio Row, and they wouldn't make a move at the deadline. Who does that remind you of? Remember when the Cubs last year could have gotten rid of Wilson Contreras and gotten prospects, and they're like, no, we're just going to keep him and lose him for nothing in the offseason. At least the Chicago Bears said, we're terrible. We're going to tank. Here's Roquan Smith. Here's Robert Quinn. These teams in Chicago, man, poor Zach LaVine and company, that's a disaster. They thought they were going to be good this year.
Yeah, Zach LaVine is an interesting one. We got a super chat from Hans Hagen in the chat saying Durant showing up like when that hot girl walks into a gym at lunch and everybody on court starts playing, or on the court starts playing like it's a state championship. Some of my favorite memes are it's like me and my buddies when we were 8-year-olds or when we were in 5th grade playing recess basketball, and it's like LeBron and Kobe in the All-Star game. But it's true. Gerald was on the show last night on the Sun Show. If you haven't watched it yet, go watch PHNX Suns post-game show. They're live before and after every single game, including usually during the week around 3 p.m. Make sure to watch that and follow them on Twitter at PHNX_Suns. Gerald was talking about how the energy just felt a little different seeing Kevin Durant in the building. He's standing up, motivating, and it should be a good thing for DeAndre Ayton, not only, in terms of a basketball X's and O's standpoint of him being able to get the ball more in ISO situations, but also in terms of the mentorship and seeing what it takes to be a great at your sport and one of the greatest of all time at your sport. And Kevin Durant's work ethic is second to none. Actually, I have a story real quick that I'll tell. When I was playing AAU basketball, one of my coaches was a trainer for some Division II school. Maybe it was a low Division I school. And they were playing Texas when Kevin Durant was there. And for about 8 hours before the game, Kevin Durant was getting shots up with a weighted vest on, just pouring sweat, working his ass off. It's the same day as the game. And my coach at the time went up to him and he said, Kevin, big fan, but do you usually work this hard before on all game days? Do you not get burnt out? And he looked my coach in the eye and said, Coach, respectfully, I'm not training for this game. I'm not training for the next game. I'm training for my career. He's looking past these things because he always wanted to be great. And hopefully that type of, drive and passion for the game of basketball, which a lot of fans have questioned DeAndre Ayton's drive and passionate motor, can be injected into that. So hopefully, not only changing on the basketball court with the X's and O's and schemes, but also in terms of mentality. God, it's good to have Kevin Durant in the Valley, Johnny Venerable.
Remember when he couldn't bench press 185 and the Trailblazers were like, not our style, not our style. I wonder what old Greg's doing these days. We know what Kevin Durant's doing. He's hanging out with us. Hang out with us later today. PHNX Cardinals Live, myself, Bull Brock, 4 p.m. We got our guy Howard Balzer on. He's not throwing axes. He's throwing hot takes as to who is going to be the next defensive coordinator of the Arizona Cardinals. We got Michael Evans in the chat saying go Cards. Yes, it is a time to say go Cards. Shane was kind of throwing some shade at our boy Jonathan Gannon. I don't like it. I don't think I forgot about that. I don't like it.
I was just making a joke on Twitter on the Super Bowl. He was getting undressed, but it's whatever. I think he's going to be a great coach. Go. If you want to learn more about the Cardinals, go watch the PHNX Cardinals show live at 4 p.m. If you want to have some fun, well, you can also have fun at the Cardinals show. But if you want to have more fun,
no, we're very serious.
PHNX Sun Devils live at 2 p.m. today. We'll be talking everything Bobby Hurley and what's going on with the basketball team. How are their hopes changed for the tournament? And if you're a college basketball fan, we got something fun in store for you guys coming up soon. maybe a bracket challenge, possibly. Who knows? Make sure to keep it locked in right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. Turn those notifications on. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave a like. Leave a 5-star review wherever you get your podcast. Follow PHNX_bets across all, or PHNX_bets on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Shane D. Follow Johnny on Twitter at Johnny Venerable. Follow PHNX_sports across all socials, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. We are live on the Bet Show every Monday through Friday at noon right here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel. But until tomorrow, peace, love. Kevin Durant is a Phoenix Sun.
Cannon.